subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and 775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender. John Hammond is in the house. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Glad to have you with us. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. Interesting, looking at the celebrations of the day. Yeah, National Tax Day. Actually, there's two of them that go together on days like today, because today is National Tax Day. Although you have to have your tax returns filed, you don't have to pay the bill, is the way the rules are. And ironically enough, does it fascinate anybody other than me that National Tax Day and National Titanic Remembrance Day are both on the same day? You get to remember the Titanic and pay your taxes or deal with your taxes all at the same time. So that is two of these celebrations today. Rubber Eraser Day. There's probably a lot of moms out there right now that are dealing with the rubber erasers, having to do some homeschooling. For my wife, we've got National Banana Day, being that she's not listening to me. Deborah does. She won't know that I said that. And Glazed Spiral Ham Day. So having beaten anorexia, we will go with the spiral ham. That sounds like a good opportunity to me. Let's go look and see what's going on in the markets today. Ooh, it's a painful day if you are an investor, right? We're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 593 points. Ow! S&P 500 down 74 points. NASDAQ down 153 points. Oil down 67. Can you imagine this? Looking at this, oil is down 67 cents a barrel. 67 cents a barrel on oil. It's down $19.45 per barrel is the price on oil right now. Now, being that we're all self-quarantining, or at least we say we are, right?
You know better than that.
Looking what are we able to get out of gas, though? Because the national average, can you believe this one? National average on a gallon of gasoline, $1.84.3. $1.84.3 is the national average. Have you been able to find gas that cheap? I know I haven't seen it that cheap anywhere at all. But we look in Wisconsin, they're paying $1.27.8. $1.27.8. Now, do you want to know what we're paying in Calizuela? I just told you $1.27 in Wisconsin. $2.85 a gallon. $2.85 a gallon. Yeah, you can probably guess why that is. We are in Calizuela, although maybe we're not quite as bad off as they are in Michigan right now. I don't know if you've seen what the governor of Michigan, I complain about our governor here all the time, King Newsom, but the governor of Michigan She's come out and says you can't do anything, right? You can't go across the street to your neighbors. I don't know who's going to enforce that, but you can't go across the street to your neighbors. You cannot go and buy a garden hose. You can't go and buy paint. You cannot go, if you go to Costco, they've got to even rope off all of the non-essential items. So the janitorial supplies and food is okay. If you want to go and buy anything else, even while you're at Costco, you can't do it in Michigan. Any wonder why there's going to be a big revolt, a big protest there in the streets of Michigan today? Now, they're not going to do it the normal way. They're not going to get out of their cars. They're going to keep their social distance, but what they're going to do is it's all going to be done. People staying in their cars is how they're social distancing. I don't even like the idea, the terminology of social distancing. That to me doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. Maybe personal distancing, because we want to remain social. Obviously, most people are staying social, right? We're watching on a regular basis how much business Zoom is doing, right? Their stock is going up, even though there have been some problems with the passwords, or a lot of their passwords were just sold recently. Not a good idea there, but their stock price has been going up. They're getting more users every day. Interesting. I wonder why that might be happening, but we'll figure out why we got a clicking going on. Sometimes I have clicking in my ears, so we'll have to figure that out. Thank you for sharing that with me. But we watch and see what's going on in this marketplace. Why is this stuff happening? Why are we seeing some of the areas where the governors are starting to go overboard? Well, it's a control issue. What else? I listened to yesterday the commentary from Governor Newsom. One of the items on his list of items to open to let us get back to some semblance of normalcy is there must be enough hospital beds for anybody that ends up needing one. So is he trying to tell us that we have to wait until all the new hospitals are built, until we can start going to a ball game, going to a concert, getting out of our houses, going back to school? Is that what he wants us to believe? I kind of question whether he's going to get away with that, or will there be a revolt in California? I just question that concept. I got the fascinating. I get to show some of the comments here. They don't always tell me who the comments are from. Facebook user, the infamous Facebook user, I love isolation. Okay, well, I have no friends, so I'm okay with that one as well. I think I know who this one is, so we'll say I like this one as well. Got the iPads going, get ready to handle that one. We like that as well. Good to see you here with us. I think I know who that one is. Friends of our family. But look and see what's going on in some of these different areas. And I've shared this with you, and I got this quote, a commentary yesterday, and I know that I'm used to ticking off people. I kind of do that. I do it pretty well. So as of yesterday, we had, and I do not celebrate this. I empathize, I sympathize, because the virus is horrific. There are as of the time I got this information, 25,402 deaths from the coronavirus in the United States. 25,402. During the same time period, 35,000 people died from the flu, and we have a flu vaccine. Now, I know Governor Newsom says we can't go back to work until we've got a vaccine. I'm not sure if that's going to help anything or not. I was on the phone with a doctor last night, said because of the way this virus is, it will help. But here was the number that staggered me. 16,780,000 people. 16,780,000 people lost their livelihood, lost their jobs, lost their sense of security. And that's the amount of people that went on first-time unemployment in the last 3 weeks. 16 million, almost 17 million people. So while we do sympathize and have compassion for the fellow citizens, 25,000 of them, what are we saying to the 16 million who are struggling now and don't know how to feed their family? What are we going to say 6 months from now or a year from now when the statistics come out like they did after the Great Depression, and we hear that there are people that have. Okay, so I guess I might be. I think that might solve our problem here. Tell me if that one's a little bit better. So, what are we going to say to the people that have committed suicide? Right after the Great Depression, suicide was a major problem they found because people have lost their livelihood. They've lost their sense of self-worth. Just study history. What are we going to say when those numbers go up and we say, "Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that that's what was going to be a problem here." Because and again, tomorrow we're going to get the this week's first-time unemployment. It'll probably be another 6 million people, so we'll probably be close to 23 million people who have lost their jobs, lost their livelihoods, lost their sense of securities. Many, many people are losing their businesses. That means a lot of them are losing their life savings, right? Because we've got a virus, which is horrible, but we have to put some other thing. We can't just think of that in a box all by itself. Just throw that out there. Put your comments. I'm looking at the comments right here, seeing how many people hate what I have to say, how many people agree with me. So you can put your comments in there. I've got broad shoulders, and I know that the people listening to Ron Siegel Radio, they don't pay me to come on here they don't pay me to come on here. But they don't pay me to come on here and not share an opinion. I just share a little thought process for you. Moving right along, Joe Biden, he's not sure if he's still running for president, but he thinks he is, although he is the last remaining candidate on the Democrat side. So we got all of the followers, they claim to be the leaders of the Democrat Party. President Obama, after everybody else dropped out, he said that he's going to support Joe Biden.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Democrats could have come up with Mickey Mouse, and President Obama would have said, okay, that's the right person. Elizabeth Warren has now come out and said that she's going to support Joe Biden. I wonder what she had to say on these debate stages. I think I remember, but she's got one of the Johnny-come-latelys as well, so we'll see there. Are they not all just vying to be his vice presidential candidate? And I would say, we've got an interesting election coming up. It's going to mean a lot to a lot of us because it would not surprise me if Joe Biden could not last throughout his term. It seems like he's got a little dementia going on there. I have a little experience with that. I've seen some of that, what it does to people. So I have experienced, no, I don't have dementia. Some people say that I've lost my mind, but that's a different subject. Right, but the whole concept here is we might have a little bit of an issue this might be more meaningful as to who the vice president is than any time that I can remember. Maybe there was comments that we needed to know that in the Reagan administration as well. Just throw that out there. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, houses are still selling. The 25% of the market right now is purchase money business in the mortgage world. 25%, that doesn't count any of the cash purchases. How do you get a home inspection? Well, we're going to talk to John Hammond about that. We've also got some other interesting topics. What if you need to sell your house now? What can you do? I've got a COVID-19 financial resource guide, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
In the middle of our streets, our house. In the middle of
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. In the Mortgage Minute today, being brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, Gold Star has the programs and the products. You just need to make the phone call or go to the website. Check us out. It is right there. Let's take a look and see what the markets are doing now. We looked at them a little bit earlier. If I can get them to show up on my screen. Woohoo, the Dow Jones Industrial Average down now 641 points. NASDAQ down 166. S&P 500 down 78 points. Look at the 10-year Treasury for those of us that are seniors. Actually, I'm not a senior, but it's down 12 basis points. 0.63 is what we're getting paid on a 10-year Treasury. Mortgage bonds are up, which means interest rates are down ever so slightly. Although because of the divergence of the market, we're not necessarily going to see interest rates following just as well as they normally do. Fed has been doing a little bit of a better job now. They've kind of heard what we've been telling them and saying, hey, get out of the mortgage market. You're hurting the market more than helping right now. We want to make sure that we watch out for that. But why is that happening? All these numbers that I share with you, basically, those are numbers you can find on Google.com. What you're not going to find there is why this is happening. So again, the mortgage bonds, they're up, interest rates down. Mortgage Bankers Association released their mortgage application data for last week, very, very current information, showing that overall application volume was up 7.3%. Purchases fell by 2%. And are now down 35% year over year. But this was less of a decline than we've been seeing. The job losses, big decline in traffic will continue to weigh on purchases. Refinances up 10% are now up 192% year over year. Refinance is still made up the majority of applications, totally 76.2%, up from 74.2%. According to the Mortgage Bankers Association, interest rates decreased just a little bit, but they're down about 1% year over year. A lot of this information, we've been sharing this with you. The Empire State Manufacturing Survey measures manufacturing activity in the New York region. What do you think that did? Yeah, it's down 78.2%. Now, we're expecting it down 35%, but down 78.2%. Not sure that's going to be an accurate number. I did just see a article yesterday where they were talking about reopening the garment district. So that's going to be a whole new issue going on there. So we'll continue watching that one for you again. That is the Mortgage Minute, again, brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage. So let's chat this morning. Our friend John Hammond is in the house. I'm going to see if I can get him on. There we are. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us. Are you out there safe, and you and your family all doing well?
Yeah, we're doing well. Just trying to keep covered up and keep our distance from everybody.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you've got a little more of a challenge. My kids are all grown, so you've got youngsters there, and I'm sure that they're having their own different issues. None of us as old people understand this, so I don't know about youngsters how they deal with it.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They're just a little wound up here and there.
Yeah, you try and I know your family is very, very active, so trying to keep active people inside is probably a bit of a challenge. Yes. But let's talk business. How are you? Are you? I know you're in the inspection business. You and your wife are in the mold, understanding mold. I don't understand it other than everything that's green looks to me like mold. So I guess I'm probably not accurate there. But are you able to still do business right now?
Yes, right now we are doing home inspections, and we're doing it following the car regulations. They send out a
car regulation. I'm a simple guy, John. Car. I mean, I drive that.
The California Association of Realtors. They set out guidelines for us to do home inspections as necessary need and service for the sale of a home. So they have sent some guidelines out for us to follow, masking up, wearing gloves, wearing booties, and limiting the amount of people that are allowed in the house during home inspection.
So tell me the difference a bit about what you would do now versus what you've done historically. You've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, a little over 10 years. Now the difference is we do the inspection. They're allowing up to 3 people in the house during a home inspection. So if the buyers can't be there, we take extra pictures. Sometimes we take some videos if they're requested, and take extra phone calls and do a little extra side work after the home inspection is done to be able to educate the buyer on the property.
So I know I'm pretty sure I recall that in the past you've said that a lot of times you'll do a walkthrough with the buyer after you finish an inspection just to give them a little bit of a heads up. Are you able to do that with technology now using either FaceTime or Zoom or something like that?
Yeah, FaceTime's been the best. FaceTime is super simple to do. It's just a phone call and reverse the camera and walk around the house. And if they have questions, we can stop and talk about issues right there on the spot.
Perfect. That's good. So you're helping the masking industry and helping our economy. One of the things I'm glad to see, because we've noticed in the mortgage side and leading a lending team, we get involved in that, and I'm on some national conference calls, that they left out certain areas. They're trying to protect rates, but they forgot to protect servicers. So when they made real estate an essential service, it's good to see that they've somebody got to them and told them, hey, we need the home inspections to still be there to protect people.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of what we do is safety, and we want to make sure that the family is safe before they move into a home. So as far as health and safety, we fall into those guidelines.
So one of the things that I love chatting with you and Melissa about are stories, right? Because I always find them fascinating. The best story that I saw pictures of that one of you shared was the laying down furnace. But do you have any more good ones that you can share with us?
We had one where there was a garage door opener installed horizontally along the side of the garage door. It was completely jerry-rigged and very unsafe. We do find a lot of personal items that are very interesting in home inspection. You think that people would clean up a little bit before we came into the house, but
this is a family show, John.
As family, I keep a very family show. Yeah, one of the funniest ones early on in my career, I was doing inspections for a investment company, And I went into the house, and the mom was very upset that her daughter was out partying too much the night before. So she was sleeping in a room, and she told me, go ahead and go in a room. I said, I can't go into her room. She's a young lady. I just don't feel comfortable. She opened the door, and the girl was completely sleeping with no clothes on whatsoever and told me to go into the room and do the inspection. And I walked away. I said, I can't do that. I get some very funny stuff out there.
I would imagine you've probably got some great stories. I had not heard that one before, but it's wow. I mean, talk about putting you into between a rock and a hard place there.
I just thank God there was somebody else there besides myself, so I was able to prove that we didn't do anything wrong. We just walked away and just said, okay, we'll skip this room today.
That's funny. Nowadays, we've got so many people, and especially here in Calizuela, everyone's got their own beliefs on everything. Do you ever come across areas where you've got some of the abnormal plants growing?
We did in Fullerton. We did a triplex. Melissa and I did, and there was grow tents and plants everywhere in the house, and it just reeked. And they had so much power going on. They had like little sub generators going on in the apartment because they had too many lights and too many fans going at once.
I would imagine that doing what you do, it must be very fast. And the irony is because you're part of the sale process. You would think that some of that stuff they'd have moved out by the time you get there.
Well, when you're doing investment properties like apartment complexes, usually the tenants don't leave. They stay there. The ownership changes hands, and that's about it. So they don't move out. But even with normal, traditional, real residential sales, we still run into a ton of stuff like that. It happens almost every day.
So are you writing a book?
Yeah, I have a bunch of notes that Mel and I keep track of. And we kind of go back and giggle a lot because you start forgetting about what had happened in the past. But probably the funniest story for me was, and Melissa loves to share it. We knocked on the door, and there was a young couple kind of giggling at the door, and they said, "Give us a minute." So they left, and then when we go in the house to do the inspection, we go in the bathtub. There's a bunch of clean toys in the bathtub all of a sudden, and it's stuff. It would shock you after a while. You're like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me!" But I think people like to shock other people sometimes. That some of it's set up, but we come across a lot of silly things.
It just baffles me how some people what they're trying to. I mean, I'm a prankster, but I mean, some of these things seem like they're pretty fascinating to me. We're going to continue our conversation. John Hammond, Hammond Inspection Services is the name of the company. We can reach me anytime. Our off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. If you want to know exactly what the county recorder knows about your property, if you want to know what the market believes about your property, text SLT Home Digest, Siegel Lending Team, SLT Home Digest to 79564. Get a free report every month. It'll give you all that information. So what if I need to sell my home now? What can I do? Every day that passes, people have a need to buy and sell homes. That doesn't stop during the current pandemic. If you've had a major life change recently, whether your job or your family situation, you may be in a position where you need to sell your home and fast. While you probably feel like timing with the current pandemic isn't on your side, making a move is still possible. Rest assured, with technology at your side and fewer sellers on the market in most areas, you can list your house and make it happen safely, effectively, especially when following the current COVID-19 guidelines set forth by the National Association of Realtors, NAR, and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. You may have a new baby, a new employment situation, a parent who moved in with you, you just built a home that's finally ready to move into, or some other major part of your life that has changed in recent weeks. Buyers have those needs too, so rest assured that someone is likely looking for a home just like yours. According to the National Association of Realtors Flash Survey, Economic Pulse taken April 5th through 6th, real estate agents indicate, not surprisingly, that there's a noticeable decline in current home buyer interest. That said, 10% of agents said in the same survey that they saw no change or even an increase in buyer activity. Many people just want to get out of the house. So while buyer interest is low compared to normal spring markets, there are still buyers in the market. Don't forget, you only need one, the right one for your home. Here's the other thing. People are spending a lot of time on the internet right now, given the stay-at-home orders implemented across the country. Buyers are actively looking at homes for sale online. Some of them are reaching out to real estate professionals for virtual tours and getting ready to make offers. Homes are being sold in many markets. Again, there's less competition right now. Your trusted real estate advisor can help you. If you don't have one, give me a call at 800-306-1990. I do know many trusted real estate professionals anywhere under the sound of my voice, I can introduce you to somebody that I know firsthand, and we'd be more than happy to put you in touch with them to help you out. And the next step, or one of the very next steps, after you talk to that trusted real estate professional, especially in a day like this, and I've shared this because it's not that I am a honk, so to speak. I just am a big believer in professional guidance, right? I can walk around a house and take a look at, and from all the days that I've been involved in real estate since the 80s, you know to look around the roof and see if there's some yellow or orangish spots, and it tells you that there's a leak, and you look in the closets. But what about the things that we don't think about? What about that whole big, I'm a checklist guy, right? If somebody wants to deal with our lending team, there's a whole checklist that we use to try and make sure we don't miss anything. Now, if you're just buying a house and you haven't bought one in the last 2, 3, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, do you know what you're looking for? I'm going to suggest in most instances, you probably don't, because that's just not what you do. But that is what John Hammond does, and that's why we've got John on here to chat with us this morning. Hammond Inspection Services is the name of his company. Welcome back, John.
Thank you.
So let's chat a little bit more. I mean, in this day and age, I think it's probably more important to hire somebody that's got a great reputation like you in when buying a house, because you're not going to spend as much time there as you might otherwise. Are you finding that to be the case?
Yeah, especially right now with no open houses and not being able to show houses like they were able to. When we go in and do the inspection, the buyer can come in while we're doing the inspection and hang out and check out the house a little more thoroughly with us.
And some of the area, tell me a little bit. One of the things I want to get into, because it fascinates me how so many areas within our state are regulated, right? And it used to be that you had to have a license to do 7% of the jobs in the country. Now I think the number is it's like 22% of the jobs need to have a license. Do you need a license to be a home inspector?
Not in the state of California. You don't need anything but a tool belt and a flashlight and go to work.
That fascinates me, because I could be a home inspector and I don't even know which end of a screwdriver to use.
I see those guys sometimes. We're certified through California Real Estate Inspector Association, and it's a nonprofit organization where we have to be tested and mentored and do sample inspections. It's quite a long process to become a certified home inspector through CREA. It's nice to have, and it's nice to know, because we all follow the same guidelines that way. We're not just out there doing inspections, just because we think this is wrong or we think that's wrong. We have guidelines that we follow and checklists that we follow. And from what I recall, you've set up or helped create a custom or a personal program. Is kind of what you're going to do your reports on. Proprietary, the term I was looking for. Yeah, there's several different softwares for reporting software, but we took ours over the last 20 years. My old partner and I I've been in business for over 10, my partner over 20. And we went through the checklist and customized them for Southern California. It's actually very thorough. And is it going to, one of the things that I worry about all the time is, again, because I don't know anything about handiwork. I mean, I have somebody come and change light bulbs for me at my house. Hopefully my wife's not listening again. But the idea there is, when you do the report, is it something that's going to call out things that are really, really important versus the items that are, just kind of cosmetic and really don't mean a whole lot? Well, kind of both. Light bulbs we write up, things like that. Absolutely. There's just general maintenance things we write up also to help stop like issues like mold, like caulking and sealing toilets, sealing showers, bathtubs, sinks, to make sure that mold doesn't happen over time. And it's just kind of more of a maintenance issue rather than just a cosmetic. So talk to me a little bit about mold, because many of us have no clue. To me, the only thing I know about mold is the items that I've learned from Melissa, because again, I don't know squat. Did we talk about good mold, bad mold?
How do I know what's good and what I really need to worry about?
Well, I mean, we can look and see, find mold pretty much anywhere in the house. We'll find some mold, and we cannot tell you what it is unless it's tested. So we don't know what type of mold it is by looking at it by any means. It needs to be tested by a professional via, taking a lift sample or an air sample and sending that to the lab and having them let us know what's going on with the mold. And typically, different types of molds tell us how long it's been there and how dangerous it really is.
Interesting. Okay, so then, if I'm hearing you right, then every house is going to have to go through that, because you said every house has mold, and the only way you're going to tell if it's dangerous or not is by taking a sample and sending it in. So do you have to do that on every house?
No, absolutely not. Every house does have mold. If we didn't have mold in this world, we'd all be dead. Mold plays a vital part of our ecosystem. But if we find extra growth in a house, then we do recommend having it sampled and tested.
So what if I just paint over it? Will that work? If I'm the home seller?
Yeah, it works for about 10 minutes, and then it bleeds right back through the walls again. We do see that in some home inspections. They try to cover it up, especially in bathroom walls around the showers. Though you can clean it and paint it with certain types of paint to help it make it go away forever, but it does need to be remediated properly if you're just going to paint over it.
And from what I recall, it's not a huge, some companies will make it a big deal, that the remediation part of it, but you guys have some simple, environmentally sound suggestions, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Most molds, like mildews, can be cleaned with either vinegar or hydrogen peroxide. Wipe the walls down, clean them, make sure they stay dry. Use your vents in the bathrooms or windows. And then after you clean it, you can always paint over it with a better paint. It'll help stop some of the mold from bleeding through.
It's fascinating to me how and you can go, well, I'm not sure if they have it now, but generally you can go to Costco and get a vinegar, and it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, we do that all the time. We clean with vinegar around the house all the time because it helps stop bacteria, mold growth. And Melissa likes to say our grandparents never got sick because they used vinegar to clean with. It's very safe, it's very effective, it's very inexpensive.
Now, again, I'm not the scientist, and my niece actually taught me this one. Now, you said the vinegar will help with the bacteria. Does it help with the viruses too?
Absolutely, it will. Yes. Yeah.
So if I can't go to the store and get my Clorox wipes, I can go and get some vinegar and or some salad dressing and just wipe down the tables and whatnot.
Just don't lick the tables afterwards with your salad dressing. Yeah, the vinegar works great. Clean it down. I have to leave the house when she starts cleaning with that junk because I can't stand the smell of vinegar. She'll go through, clean the whole house. I have to walk outside for a little while. It's something to get used to, but it's very effective. It works very well.
Okay, so we just found the $1.99 fix for cleaning up some mold the right way, instead of going and getting a new bottle of bleach and then having to worry about it spilling somewhere.
Plus also there are some mold spores that defend against bleach. So if you put bleach on a number of mold spores, that will actually make it worse, make it angry, and start spreading mold throughout the house or the area that it's in.
Interesting. We're going to take a quick break here, but I saw a note from John about a $50 million fine in a home inspection. $50 million. Now, I don't understand this one. This is a major issue. $50 million fine. We're going to talk to John Hammond about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We might also get into the COVID-19 finances issue. There might be some benefits that I can explain to you there as well. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you, but the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I was going to chat with you this morning a little bit about some in our Your Credit Matters segment. I was going to talk to you about the COVID-19 financial resource guide that we have. But I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to put that in tomorrow because during that break, this is about as up to date as you can possibly get. During the break, I think I've talked to many of you about my friend, the 30-year friend who is actually just retired from the SBA. And during the break, 9:42 a.m., I got an email from him while we're on air that he just got updated internal information from the SBA on new frequently asked questions as of last night that were made to the interim final rule, changes including guidance on PPP loans for individuals with self-employment income, revised guidance on processing the Paycheck Protection Program loans for directors and owners. So we're going to get that updated. And the reason I bring that up is I'm going to have Josh update that and put it into probably sometime later today into the link that I've got right on the broadcast right now, mbelinks.com/cares. And if you've already downloaded the information there from our site that we built for you, mbelinks.com/cares, we've got the rules that came out in English from the SBA on how these programs are working. So you can download those. The links are going to be in there. So I've got that right there. I'm going to have Josh update that for us during the day today with all of the new information. So we'll have the frequently asked questions from before. We'll have the new information that's coming up there. The only thing that I can't tell you, which you have more control of than I do, is, are we going to get Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi to stop blocking the legislation? Because as of Friday, they say they're going to be running out of money in that $350 billion fund. And the president wants to add, or the Secretary of Treasury wants to add another $250 billion to that fund to make it a total of $600 billion. So if you know somebody that needs help in this arena, go ahead and give a call to Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. Tell them that we want this to get through. We need this to get through on a clean bill. And I know they want to put some stuff in there about election laws and maybe some more money for the Kennedy Center or something like that they've done already. But we need to help our fellow citizens right here. We've got the information, and I just want to make sure that you can come and give us some help. I put in there also, next Tuesday, 3 p.m., we're going to be doing a live session. FICO, Up Yours will be the topic. It's going to be all kinds of information on credit scores. This is Financial Awareness Month, so we're going to put that in there. But right now, we're going to go back to our conversation with John Hammond, Hammond Inspections. And I kind of threw it out there, John, a minute ago, because I saw in some of the notes that we had from getting ready for our chat this morning. And I am intrigued. A $50 million fine during a home inspection?
Well, I don't know if it's quite 50 million, but I was doing a property in Pacific Palisades, and it was a lady who was quite older and getting very forgetful, and she forgot that she had stored many paintings up in the attic that were professionally sealed and packed away.
Holy cow. So that's a little bit on the different side of what you were talking about from before.
Yeah, quite different. I just, had come down from the attic and pull the agent aside and let her know what I found so her family could take care of that properly.
And somebody, if it wasn't for the integrity that you have, somebody else might have just, it might have been left there. Her family may not have even known it. And she might have moved out and somebody might have come in there and found a windfall.
Yeah, there's movies like that. My family just watched Panic Room from a few years ago. And something like that happened where there was bonds left in the vacant home and people broke into the house to get the bonds out of the safe. I mean, it'd be a good movie, but you just can't do business like that. It doesn't work.
Yeah, but something, John, there's a lot of people that do, and that's why I really appreciate you and Melissa coming on, because I know that integrity. I know the heart that you guys have in educating people. It's not just about the next transaction. It's about doing what's right in the community, what's doing right for the clients and families that you're serving.
Yeah, and really, we really take pride in what we do, and helping clients in ways that don't even pertain to home inspections. To me, it just makes it worthwhile. We really enjoy it.
So I'm not going to share. I'm not going to go too far with the questions, but it is on our notes here. So I wanted to throw this out there. A lot of us are out and we talk about the vulnerable class of our community. You and Melissa had gone through some interesting challenges the last year, and the vulnerable group, Melissa probably falls into that right now, doesn't she? Absolutely, yeah. It's just nice to have somebody there that can tell you the honest opinion without having other I don't know how you say it, but other means, other different agenda. There you go. Thank you. We have an agenda to take care of the clients, both sellers and buyers. We're a third-party independent, and any way I can help anybody, I'm happy to help. So you're also a movie star, I guess, or TV star. Is that it? 2018? A year and a half ago. Yeah, we bought a $5 million house in Venice Beach. Absolutely. I can just show you how real those TV shows are. There you go. Okay. Yeah. So you were the buyers, huh? Yeah, we were the buyers. We looked at 3 houses, one in Venice in the canals, and then 2 in Marina Del Rey. Talk a little bit about that experience, John. That was a lot of fun because Melissa and I were looking at it through different set of eyes because we're home inspectors, and here we are buying this house without even really doing an inspection. And it's all set up. It's fun. It's to really showcase those houses that were really for sale, and they got a free half-hour show out of it. But the important part that my takeaway as somebody, that's a consumer advocate is these shows that are out there. They make it look so simple. They make it look like that you're in a half hour, you went and found something that you're going to spend $5 million on, and the whole transaction closes in a half an hour. It's probably not reality.
No, not even close. I say the same thing for home improvement shows, because I've been on home improvement show sets. There's, 50 people behind the camera waiting to start the construction of the house when they did this huge kitchen remodel in less than a week. It's the same situation. You don't see what's actually going on behind the scenes, and it's just for TV.
And I wish that more people would understand that part of it, because that isn't reality. What you're doing and going out and doing the inspection, the education, people need to understand that is an entertainment product. They're looking to sell commercials, and they're really in the advertising business as opposed to reality.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it's to show those 3 houses that we were looking at were on the market, and it was a nice showcase because they were beautiful homes. It's just a great way to show homes on TV and kind of advertise for them.
Great information. You got any other stories that I missed that we should have chatted about? That's my intrigue. I mean, because obviously I don't understand handyman stuff or how things work.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million stories that we have, and some of them are kind of funny, but for the most part, people just they're living their life, and we just interrupt them for a couple of hours, and there's just funny stories to tell.
So, how do I prepare, John? If I just sold my house, and I'm a big proponent. I don't give out 3 names for anything, because I figure if I give out 3 names, that means I really don't know what I'm talking about. My personal opinion, I know there's people that believe they have to. If it's in Orange County, I give out 2 names, John and Melissa. That's about the extent of the names that I recommend. But, once somebody's been referred to you, what do I need to do to get my house ready for you to come in?
As the seller, just moving things out of the way so we can get to the water heater, the furnace. Make sure your smoke detectors are in where they're supposed to be. Just make sure the house is just generally in good condition so we can report on everything and not have to come back at a later date after you do remove the items so we can get to it.
And that's probably going to end up saving the buyers some money if you have to come back out there multiple times just because somebody didn't do the stuff in the first place.
Yeah, well, typically we don't charge to go back if it's not the buyer's issue. Why should the buyer have to pay for the seller not being prepared? But it just saves a lot of time, because if it's a busy time of the season and we're booked up, we can't get back out there right away, and it may delay the sale of the house a little bit.
And that's important. That's where the importance comes to the seller, is if you're going to get delaying the sale, the closing, because they didn't have the house prepared for you.
Correct.
It's going to cost, that's their motivation to make sure it gets done the right way.
Right, because we don't want to hold up that sale, because we only have a certain amount of time for inspection period.
Great information as always. I really appreciate you coming on and helping us out, John. If you meet John or his team, I just put their website right there on the screen. HammondInspectionServices.com is the name of the company. That they do a great job. I've only heard wonderful comments from the folks, listeners of Ron Siegel Radio, who we've referred to John and his team. And as always, we ask you set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. Not that John. Great thanks. Big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.